Good morning. Welcome to Satsang. There is nothing wrong with I. The thing is that it's like a vehicle, or you go into the direction of qualities, states, forms, and names. And so you ride quite a famous journey in this life, in the expression, in the creation. Or you go to the direction of its source, where you see that, in fact, you have always been that which is not personal. If this is clear, is there something else to know? After, it's up to oneself to give some space, to give moments to what has been seen. So, if you want to hear more, please ask or share what the wise sentences you love, so that I can also enjoy. Yeah, we need.
Hello, after a long time, but every day I've been with you.
So it's not such a long time.
This is exactly the thing that I thought to bring up here or share
Yeah.
what you just said, the moments. Like you so often say that give in this time and space room for or steal some moments. And I would just like to share or say how I do it, how I experience it, because I do think like it is kind of like a intention of the mind, a second intention, like a shift or that I cannot say, but I just.
You do it or not?
Yes, I do.
So you don't need to analyze that.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Otherwise, you remain in your mind again. It's sudden. It's just you are in your mind or not.
Is it a constant decision that we must make through our lives to remain in the presence as we try to go through the system, then what the system asks for us to do while we live here in this body,
Yeah.
taxes and...
First of all, can I ask you, do you still search who you are, or you got a glimpse? Because it's a very different answer, you see. So just tell me, it's simple, it's more simple. Do you know who you are? Did you ever have a peep?
Yes, I have
Okay,
had glimpses.
okay, okay, okay. So don't doubt about that, first of all. Now you speak about the life, isn't it? And of course, we believe there is a concept about the fact to be. There is a concept that it's a sweeper. It will sweep all the troubles of our life. It's not a sweeper. We cannot have a concept of that. So, of course, this life reappears because this body is not dead. But from where you saw what is, you know that you speak of a body, that you speak of the creation of that itself. And there, if you have seen that it was so precious to have seen, to know, in fact, I am the background of all that, not as a person, but I am that, you will naturally, and if you don't because you forget too much in this busy life, have the wisdom to be at least reminded here and there of what is. Now, what can you do with your own life? That you can give a moment to it, you can steal because it's extremely precious for you. The rest, I would say, is not really in your hands. It's what made you also take birth. So it just displays itself, it expresses itself, whatever it is. It doesn't mean much. It doesn't mean even nothing about what you are. It means for the individual, that's called a personal life. Some people, you see, they look like more the embodiment of that, the concept we have. Quite detached, whatever, blossoming and so on. But you see, those are qualities you may have by birth. It has nothing to do with the real thing, because everything is that. Everything is this expression. So those people may be like a symbol or an example which helps you, which inspire you, but there is not a single somebody more true than another in that way. You see? So surely, generally, we need to be inspired. We have been helped. We are full of gratitude with the one who inspired to see at least what you are not. And then you are left with what is. But that's your personal story, isn't it? So, did I reply?
In some ways, yes.
If there is something else, you tell.
Oh, you did. You did. That's I mean, from what I understood, is the truth of what we are, that we all are, and to continue to nurture that truth.
Sure. That's why they say, you know, Papaji said, be vigilant up to the last breath, your last breath. What does it mean? It's not like it can take it. We can take it in many ways, of course, but it can also be taken as I am vigilant because I know how precious it is. So it's not that you will have a state of vigilance all the time. In this duality, it's not possible. That's why I say, wake up to that here and there, steal a time to that here and there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you for accepting us to be here.
Oh, please.
It's a privilege.
Don't
Thank you.
tell. Don't tell.
Thank you. Well, in the same sense, that what Gabrielle was saying, in a way that I get pulled. I had glimpsed. I get pulled into the identification, fears very much.
Yeah, the body,
The mind, the emotions.
mind, yeah.
It gets really intense.
Yeah.
And I believe it, even though I saw what I
Yeah.
am, saw, felt.
So you know that that form
Yeah.
of yours has some challenges. It's life. It's a duality. It's life. Ups and downs. It will remain like that for this body and mind and emotions.
Doesn't it get lighter? when
I am not
when
the
and how?
one. I
When
am
and
not the one who gives such a hope.
yes, please. I came for that. No.
I mean,
A little bit. A little break.
I'm a bit radical.
No.
But you know, you never know also. We cannot decide about this life. I don't think so. We cannot decide. It will be better or smoother or, yeah, as you say, a little bit looking like more enlightening. That's why in India they have been amazingly analyzing up to the last detail. They give examples of, it's an expression because it doesn't mean much, but of free beings who are as tamasic as they were before or as sattvic as they were before. I mean, all kinds. Apparently, there are so many kinds of people that you may not even recognize. So it means that, you see, this life will not really be, there is not in this life a particular sign of who it is. Because this is the expression already, as it is, of that. And as I said, this humanity is so different from one another in this duality that some people would look like more saintly. Doesn't mean they are free. Some are free also, and some are not looking at all. It doesn't mean anything in the shapes and the forms and the names. It's absolutely scandalous. if you look objectively to the life of our great inspirer about that subject, for example, you cannot say that they had such an amazing heavenly life. One was making tapas. I mean, if you look from outside, in a cave for more than 30 years, another has a family life with all what it means when you have a lot of relationships intimately, and so on. So, is life better for one to I mean, huh? Yeah. It's when you give yourself a moment of not being enslaved by what's going on. What's going on may not change or stop, but you give yourself a moment prior to disappearance.
I'm wondering, doesn't it somehow still bless the manifestation if you have this kind of
Still bless, you mean?
like bless
Blessed.
the expression, like the manifestation, if you have this kind of glimpse? Because I feel when I sometimes am very quiet, then a lot of love for the manifestation comes from this quietude, and it feels like life gets better because of this, you know?
Yeah, for a while, yeah. For a while. Because the love is an expression in time of that. You can call love what you never know and what you are, you see. But if you say there is a love for this manifestation, how do you see the manifestation in going in your mind? So that love will last a certain time. And then again you have to get a glimpse to feel it.
And there's nothing such as a constant knowing of this truth?
I don't see it. What is unchanged, you can call it love, but there is no objective love, which is constant. What is constant in this world? It was not there before, it's born, it has a span of life more or less big, it dies. How can you expect in these movements to have something permanent? Some people have degrees of a state, but degrees is what? You see, in the manifestation, it is in time, it's not the real thing still.
So even for example, Papaji, he would also have to come back to looking from this clarity, like
Sorry?
he would have to come back to this truth. Like, is there? He would have to kind of recharge his kind of knowing of this truth. You know what I mean?
No.
Okay. Because you said you have to give some time to have this glimpse.
Yeah.
And then it kind of wears off, is what I hear from you. Like it...
No. What is a glimpse? Is to see that your real nature, what is, has always been obviously there, but you have been hiding it with the mind. That's a glimpse. So once you have seen that, it's there. Even if you are completely identified and troubled in this manifestation, it will not make you search again. Why? Because you know, all this is belonging to this creation. Otherwise, before, one was searching, oh, I suffer so much, it makes me search, but who am I? Or if you have experiences but not yet this fatal, radical sin, realization as it is called, you will always search again, oh, I'm not yet there because this still happens. But once you have seen, of course, a lot can happen in this life. It doesn't make you search again. What a it's extremely amazing. Why? Because something is totally obvious, but it's not printed. It looks in the psyche or whatever, I don't know, in the individual. But still,
So something is out of the trap, like some belief is gone, like like full identification doesn't happen anymore, right?
of course the identification happens. How can you not have identification in this duality? Have you seen anybody not identified so far in your life? Not that they pretend, but just look. It doesn't exist. It's not about being a perfect man or woman. It's not about that to realize who you are. It's to realize you are not even a man or a woman. You are being. Being. If you want to keep the word perfect, then it's perfectly imperfect in this manifestation. You see, a guru or a guide in this matter, it is the finger. It's the finger. And because you are so grateful to always been thrown back from where you are, in fact, it doesn't mean that the finger is perfect. It has just the ability to show you the perfect way. The finger can be twisted, and they say don't look at the finger, look at the direction of the finger.
So even the guru gets identified or might get identified, but he knows
Then
that
not
he's
the
still
guru. The guru is the finger. If you look at the form, you will find fault. When you wash the underwear of your guru, be careful. That's why they say the master never dies. Papaji died. The master never dies. The proof you just hear now, you are yourself. You are that itself. Then, that doesn't die. Yeah.
Morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak. I'm not so sure if if I can. Sure, I can. Um, you were talking about stealing a moment, and I just want to share something.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure if I can share it as it is in here, but I'm going to try. What has been new recently is there was always the intention to steal the moment, and it was always being done by focusing on being quiet, and then that was my
You cannot be quiet.
yes
You cannot be quiet before. Then,
true.
okay.
So that is exactly what had told. What was new now was like, oh, you can even let go of the focus or something, you know, and then there was a state of I cannot even explain it. I can only know the state because something announces itself, like, "Hey, hello, you're here." And I'm like, "Oh, I really stole a moment," because something announces itself later on. But it was, how can I say? It was not. I wasn't doing anything except so by the mind or by because something announces itself. I was like, "Oh, wow! Oh, wait, I'm here again," or something, and that's why there was a knowing of stealing a moment. Do you know what I mean?
I try, yeah.
Because something had to announce itself, or because otherwise I would
Okay.
not be
It's
aware of being stealing that moment because it wasn't me doing anything. So in a way, I wanted to say, like, don't you need the mind that when it comes, like, oh wait, yeah, there was a stealing of a moment because there was nothing there. I
yeah,
wasn't
understood.
or was not
I
concentrating on anything.
understood, but let me see.
Yeah.
So, you mean to say the comment of the mind will make you aware that you were yourself?
Yeah, that's the question. Yeah, because otherwise I was not even.
But already you see, if the mind comments, he makes an idea of it, an idea out of it. So I would not listen to that. What you mean you are? But you are always yourself, isn't it? It's not like you are always yourself. You are always. Any comment you see? Any comment? It's unavoidable. The mind comments, sure. But I think the difference between a glimpse and let's say the traditional way to speak and the realization is that in the glimpse you badly need the comment of the mind because then you say, oh, I've seen myself, but in fact you listen to your mind. So you are no more, or you are, but you are more you are more busy with the mind. The realization is that you know you are yourself, even if it doesn't look like, but you know you are yourself. And so the comments of the mind, they don't mean much, actually. You're not more yourself at certain point more than in other point. I don't know, I cannot reply more now. Maybe it may be inspiring later, but don't be so troubled by your mind. Why you care so much about what you say? Maybe because you still search. There is a search. Then of course it's very important. But that's what I say. If you have a search, go on neti, or who am I, or some tools you use, because to throw you back, since you believe you are out of it. Yeah? Because you see, the feeling to be out of it and or in it, you cannot trust that feeling, because then it implies that you can be out of it, and that's a problem. That's a problem. So you have to deny all, even what looks so authentic experience. So you cannot change them. They present themselves this way, but you have to know their nature. Okay, it's because of a past concept that I feel in or out. It is based on the opposite concept. So let me be free to really trust any concept.
Makes sense.
Yeah, good. That's why, as you see, I even say the obviousness of it when you have a moment. The obviousness is, I even call that an expression. Because that's why I have to say, you steal these moments, you steal those moments. It's an expression also, obviousness. Actually, you are always yourself. But as a creature which is not yet dead, be vigilant up to the last breath. So give yourself those moments of obviousness. Maybe it's not logical what I say, but it's the best.
And it resonates. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. I don't hear. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Thank you. Okay, so I've understood that we're going to have the mind regardless, right? Like as a part of our body. In this life, the mind will exist. So I just wanted to ask, is there a way that we can use the mind for our benefit? Or is there a way that we can optimize to have the best thoughts? Because we're going to have thoughts regardless, right? So how do we have good ones and make make sure we know that the ones we're having are good, you know?
mean, the mind is an instrument. It's the instrument which creates this life. So, of course, there are many. I mean, the world is, there are like thousands of offers to optimize your life or your way of being, feeling, thinking. That's sure. So if you want to optimize something, be free to do and search which one fits you. Of course, here I don't touch that because it's another subject. I don't touch how to optimize your life, though it's your right if you like to do so. I'm just concerned about the one who searches, but who am I? This ontologic question, you know, it's not like how I want to become or what I would like to be, how I can be successful in some field in this life, which is totally honorable and one can do it too. But the satsang has no time to take care of that. The satsang is to root out the mind for once, so that it looks like then it's possible that you realize what is. And what is creates this life. And the life disappears there.
That makes sense. I guess, is there a way to use our mind in this process, or should we not have the mind?
Look, the concept of the enlightenment, the concept of this, what you really are is the background of all things. Of course, it's a concept. It's a concept, but it's a concept to help you to remove other concepts, so you are left with one concept. And now, if I ask you, with this one concept, moksha, enlightenment, where does it bring you? You are moksha itself. Where does it bring you? Exactly, exactly. You cannot objectify.
Yeah.
You are left for once in a place of non-objectification. Being cannot objectify itself, and when it objectifies, it is this manifestation. So, we have a great help also with the mind, to lead where the mind will disappear. Yeah.
Use the mind to make the mind go away.
Looks like.
Thank you.
Hey.
Is it loud enough?
Yeah, no.
Okay. I think this stealing a moment or stealing moments, I think I heard it the first time today, or I haven't realized before, or I wasn't here for too long and it's a new expression. Okay. So, but I can see like it being put into my system, to the right, to the left, and I don't understand. Can you maybe say?
Yeah, don't go to the right, don't go to the left.
Stay in the middle.
No, no, don't go in the middle. Don't stay anywhere. But that is possible like this. Like this. It cannot be a state.
So is it just about being?
Yes, just be.
And just being is stealing a moment? Just
No. You steal the moment, then you see I am. You don't go to the right, you don't go to the left, you don't go in the middle. What happens?
I'm just there.
I am just there. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I remember in the beginning when I was with Papaji, I was trying to meditate and all that before I knew him, and I continued a bit probably. And then at some point I said, but which kind of meditation shall I follow? The one who brings me up, or the one who brings me so deep down, or the one like the Buddhist in the middle? And he said exactly that. It's nor high, nor deep, nor low, nor left, nor right, nor back, nor in front, nor in the middle. You see, this indication is far away from being an achievement. It's just to show something which is already here. Not that you have to become something. Oh, she likes it. Donkananda. It's not seen, you see. It is so intimate that it's not seen. And if you see it, it's like you already are a step to look at something out. So if you still have questions about that search or about the attainment, just ask. Ask. Sometimes while expressing, you see yourself where you land. Because the real silence, anyway, you are it, so you will never lose it. So it's not because you shut your mouth that you are in silence. Not at all. Yes, please.
My point is that, let's say when I'm here, or in a group of people, there's the energy higher.
Yeah.
I can feel or I can see the brain,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. It helps.
It
Satsang
helps.
helps in that way. Yeah.
My point is in daily life, so I go out, maybe half an hour or something, and then I'm trapped again back in this in this flow of thoughts.
Now I will ask you, do you want to live like a monk?
No.
Then don't complain. Some people, they have this drive, but a natural one, because when you want to be like a monk and because you have a belief, you will fake it, you will fail. But if it is a natural way to live for you, it will be easy, and probably you will have less trouble. But if you don't want to live like this, what to do? Myself, I'm not a monk. I live like this. What to do? But at least I know who I am. I don't have that anxiety. That's what I wish you. And it is a very, very unique and precious, non-understandable noumena, I would say, instead of phenomena. Some people pretend to be monk and they are married. Why? I mean, it will not go together. So let's be just very natural. If you are married, and I mean in general, if you have a desire, means you have a desire. You are in the body then. But if you have seen who you are, surely you are in the body. But there is the search is gone, and that's there. You cannot fake that. You still have a life because you are born because you want to have a life. But happily, it's not because you are in this way of life or in that way of life that this moment will be easier to give. No. No. It is given to everybody. In that way I say still a moment, even if the expression is limited. But
and the wanting to get other glimpse. I'm like
that's a wrong move.
a wrong move.
Yes, because you see, you are already, while speaking like this, you are yourself anyway. And the glimpse was to show that you are yourself, isn't it?
Well, there's some benefits, physical and calmness. You know, after having glimpse, there's
For a while.
For a while, but that's why it's like a craving after you. It's like.
I know, but you have to know what is what. You see,
yeah.
You cannot compromise here. Whatever you can describe or you can experience, it's the mind. You cannot compromise. If it is not here now to your experience, it means you rely on a concept or on an experience. So you land somewhere, you fix yourself in a limited spot. So, not this, not that. Or Who is feeling that? Who? But to ask this question, really, you have to forget that you are identified or not. Because the direction is on who. And that, let it dissolve. Dissolve. So from here you see that everything else is a movement. It is the creation. It is the creation. And so duality. Yeah. Can you?
It's a short question, maybe.
No, take it because I am. It's easier for me.
Maybe I don't want to say it so loud.
Don't worry. Don't take care of that.
I've been trying to think of what to ask.
Yeah.
But being here, I really would like to know, and I'm sorry to ask you, but what am I doing here?
I don't know.
Here. Why did I came here again?
At this, I don't know. That would be interesting. What makes you come?
Because it seems so much as a circle all the time.
A circle?
Of searching, looking,
yes, right?
understanding.
And you have enough.
I have enough.
Then why do you come?
Yes.
You have to honor what. If you have enough, it means what? That. What did you understand? Tell me.
That is not about searching.
Okay, very good.
I can say, in the way I can see it, that I had some glimpse or moments that wasn't about anything I've seen it before, or.
Yeah, but I would like you to speak of now. Don't refer to your glimpse. What is your now if you don't consider the shapes?
It feels a bit more like more adventure. You go and find, don't be afraid of what you're looking for is the most important thing.
So you are still searching?
Still, again?
Searching.
Yeah, it feels like.
But then welcome to Satsang. If you still search, it means you may have understood something, but then there is maybe something beyond understanding.
I think that's why I came here.
Ah, now it's clearer. Yeah. Surely, understanding is very important, sure. But you acquired understanding. Now, this understanding was to know that there is no need of searching because you are it. Whatever it looks from outside, you are it. You may not search anymore then.
I feel I need a device, something that really doesn't make me think again, am I searching?
No, the thing is that you will still think if you rely always on your feelings. Because it's a thought, but in a different shape, you see.
Right.
So you still rely on your mind. Here, no mind. No mind. So don't try to get there then it's a state and it's useless. Just no mind. What's here, that very moment before you catch again something? That's what you are.
You know that if I go outside, I feel like walking in the clouds. But then I'm here and it feels like I'm the same little child that is looking for something and needs to understand what is it.
But you said you don't need to understand anymore.
It's true, but I go outside and feel much more that I'm that I don't need to look for anything, and I accept everything that comes in life the way it is.
Really? Wow, you are nearly a saint.
That's a problem, really.
I believe you. It's a big problem. Who told you that you have to accept everything? It's not about accepting this manifestation. It's about being. And let the manifestation show it as it is. Don't even accept. I mean, who are you to accept or reject? All is the same about that. Being.
And not judge if I'm being right or wrong with the attitudes or...
Being. Then of course your mind will judge. Of course. But then you know now, it's the mind, it's about this duality. It's not about who I am. That I don't doubt. And don't try to be a very good human being. Try, because it's always nice for you and others, but I mean, it has nothing to do with this. Being. Even a bad one is. So you had to come. You don't need to come back. You're always welcome. Being. I am that. I don't think anymore what it is. I don't think if it fits the scriptures or not. I am that.
Even if I heard, look, you did the worst thing anybody can do.
What to do, my dear? I'm not a God to judge that.
Maybe I struggle with that. If I see that my acts hurt someone, or this might go inside again and ask if it's
at that time. Sorry to interrupt, but because you have to interrupt that way too for yourself. At that time, I ask, who feels so? I. Who am I? Give that moment at that very moment. Otherwise, you are all the time, you see. Of course, we are always making some mistake.
And did I, in a way, I have people around me saying thank you to me many times.
When you do bad.
Sometimes I don't even know why they say. And then I forgot what I was going to ask.
No, forget what they said. Just forget. You see, it's what you are which gave you the pull to come to hear about exactly what you are. That's the pull. So you can always come to satsang for it, and you can always have a moment of satsang with yourself, here and there. In the beginning, you have to steal it. Then it may wake you up by itself. Doesn't matter. Here, there is no consideration. Yeah? Yeah.
Ganga, sometimes I am calm, sometimes I'm happy, but sometimes I'm angry and irritable and mean. So why am I changing so much?
It's your body and your emotions and your mind which changes.
Yes, but if I've had glimpses of
If
and
you
yeah,
had or not.
I have, yes.
Okay.
But I think. But then.
Why
So,
it continues this way?
yeah.
You complain to that itself. It is its own manifestation. So, you know, how can something manifest if it doesn't come into two? And what means two? It's not heaven and more heaven. It's black and white. Good and bad. Happiness, suffering.
So is it okay to be irritable
I don't know if it is okay, but it's like this.
It just.
It's just like this.
Yeah.
Surely there are things which are not okay. Okay, what to do?
Right.
But don't nourish, you see, don't nourish, try to wake up to what is, not to perpetuate all the time something, maybe. Anyway, I have absolutely no recipe for this life. I have a recipe to lose the search. Of who am I, of course, not the search of other things.
Yeah, I guess, no, that makes sense. I guess that's where the confusion is for me, because I'm like, if I am changing so much as these manifestations, then who am I really? Am I also just constantly changing? You know what I mean? Like if I'm able to be all these different things.
Yeah, that is called change. Like your body is changing. It was not like this 10 years ago. Nor your emotions, nor your mind. Nor your mind. So there must be something completely constant, but it will not fall into the descriptions or the qualificative we gave. The qualificative we give is this body, this mind, this heart. That goes on changing, no doubt. there is something which is there, which is not graspable.
And that is constant? Like our I is constant?
Tell me, is it not?
Well, the expressions of it keep changing.
Yes, the expression of it, yes.
Yes.
And what is it?
It just is.
Good.
It seems to be that this neti
Yeah.
is kind of a process
Sure.
which uncovers things which were covered, not seen, like blind spots, like never questioned.
Yeah, okay, yes. That's why it's a very powerful tool. But of course, if you do all your life neti, it's also not, you see, at some point, you will also be fed up. It doesn't work. Enough.
It doesn't seem that there are countless of things which has to be have to be questioned.
Everything has to be questioned.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you don't have much, but everything has to be questioned.
But it feels also there's kind of a condensation to I don't know, the one who is searching.
You mean it reinforces the one who searches?
No,
No?
it's it feels like the one who is searching or there's awareness more and more of the one who is searching, or of the thought.
Ooh. Why don't you stop at awareness then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question about the relationship between being and the personality, and also fear. I think
there is no bridge, you see, because the personality is that itself, but in its limited form.
my question is around the fact that I can touch being. I can feel presence. I can rest and know it.
Yeah.
But there is a story that goes on, and I think I know the answer already.
Yeah.
But I feel that I have to live this experience to know the truth of it,
Yeah.
and to live through the fear of this.
But not only that, the feeling of presence is too much. Because who has the feeling? It's somebody, it's you. It's the seeker who is transformed, maybe in a finder, but I is there. I, the seeker, is still there, attaining something now, but that's too much. How can you trust anything you feel? Because of that, you think it's real, that feeling, it brings the other problem. So now, if even the feeling you leave aside just for a moment to be freed from the tyranny of that, is there any problem?
No.
No. Very good. Who cares about absence of presence then? Doesn't mean anything.
And I feel that even just experiencing that, because if my mind tells a story that we all have personalities that are unique to us, and that in a sense that personality, even though it is a limited manifestation of the limitless, that manifestation, because it happens once in eternity, is in a way priceless.
Priceless?
Priceless.
Ah, priceless.
And I have used meditation or dropping into presence sometimes as an avoidance from feeling the fear of stepping into what feels like my expression of that coming through my personality.
Yes, my dear, all that looks very nice, very well described,
Yeah.
but you avoided, you didn't give a moment to what you just were a moment ago. You jumped again on your eternal pondering and experience of this feeling of the presence. And I told you that feeling of the presence, don't trust it. Because it's like a train now. There is a feeling of the presence and so many wagons are behind. So many things will come up because you keep one thing. So don't care about the presence now. There. And if you fear, it's because you have an idea, a concept of it. It looks like this. No. It looks like everything, or it looks like nothing. Okay.
Thank you.
Oops. Je suis en satsang. Thank you. Thank you very much.